Howdy, this is Rod, Father 916 with Politics. Years ago, a wise person said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Several weeks ago, a memo was leaked. And some people didn't believe the information on the memo. Couldn't happen. And then we had Friday, which I like to call Nightmare on Scotus Street. Because men, mean, evil, cruel men, because that's the only way I can put it. Greg Abbott and others who've decided to follow the Texas-like laws, who want to punish people for trying to help someone. They're going to jail. A young lady raped by her mother, not her mother's boyfriend, or her father, or her brother, or a family member, and the mother wants to take her to an abortion, she could be fined or even arrested. They want to stop contraception in some states. I'm talking about you, Missouri. What would happen if they decided to remove Cialis and that other drug, that ED drug? Men would go crazy. Cruel and unusual punishment. But the laws are cruel. And this law has been in effect for over 50 years. Rule has been with us over 50 years. Can you imagine? 50 years. And the United States didn't fall into the abyss. I don't smoke. You can't smoke in my house. You can't smoke in my car. I don't like smoke at all. But it's not my place to take away smoking from everybody. If you don't want to have an abortion, don't have an abortion. The majority of Americans, Democrats and Republicans, independents, favor abortion. The laws in 26 states even mean if a woman or a girl has a septic pregnancy, which means if they don't remove the baby, the woman can die. She's dying. I'm a father. I love my kids. I can't imagine that. I love my daughter. I love my nephew, nieces. I love the women in my life. It's not my place to tell them what they can do with their bodies. And I don't think it's anybody's place to tell them what to do with their bodies. Through the years, I've seen women and known women who have had abortions. And it wasn't a casual thing. But to go after contraceptives, and even some states, Missouri, I think there's one other, but I'm not sure, maybe want to track what you're taking. Put that in a file somewhere. Use it against you. Hate women. This is nothing lovely about this. There's no love in this. So, people are woke. Now you have Justice Thomas, who wants to look into gay marriage. Justice, if you don't like gay marriage, don't marry a gay. But how has that a marriage, their union, affected you? Because in my Bible, I'm not responsible for someone else. If I am to believe, I am not responsible for the actions of someone else. He shot a guy. I knew, he told me about it later. So we're both going to jail forever. No. So people with that limited thought process who says, I'm going to decide for you, and keep you from having it when it is not absolutely necessary. The majority of the country, people are now fine with gay marriage. In your neighborhood, there's a couple, lovely couple, 2 men, 2 women. Price of your property hasn't gone down. The quality of your neighborhood hasn't changed. So why bother them? And the fact that they're changing laws to 50 makes us nervous, makes me nervous. Because less than 10 years before Roe v. Wade, they passed civil rights legislation where I and other people of color became regular Americans, able to live anywhere, able to work anywhere. Could they be coming after us? Sounds like it. I hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. But why bother? Why tear things down if they're not broken? Trump supporters who believe there was the voting machines and the vote was illegal. Now you want to change it in voting laws in many states, going after whites who are educated in urban areas, going after people of color, limiting their voting, putting the same number of machines in a town that has 5,000 people than a city like Houston, Texas, that has 3 million people. But I think this is going to keep a lot of women awake. I'm at the point in my life to think that women should run the world. They can't muck it up any worse than the men have. And women have empathy for the most part. What the men are doing is mean, nasty, and cruel. I mean, a woman with a pregnancy, if the baby is not aborted, she will die. Die, basically what they're saying. Coming after contraceptives. Die. The Democrats are awake. I think you need to really get involved. I know we keep saying this every voting period that you need to get involved. But it sounds like 5 justices are coming for us with their views and values. There's no empathy, there's no consideration. I read a little thing in I think it was Twitter. Someone wrote, if you make these changes, eliminate, and take us back in the time, does that mean Justice Thomas will have to sit in the back of the courtroom or the back of the justices? I don't know his reasoning. I don't know his motivation. But if it isn't broken and it's not bothered him, why fix it? Why go in and disturb it? So look long and hard. The Republican women, if he supports this, you need to look for somebody else. By Greg Abbott. Republican women, you need to come forward. Democratic women, you need to come forward, because there's some Democrats who are there too, but not to the degree of the Republicans who are baby boomers like me, who are old and bitter. I don't think I'm old and bitter, but I've seen it in my generation, the baby boomers. Because our lives are coming to an end. And in all that time, in most of my life, Roe has been law. I know family members who have had to make that decision. And their lives are better for it. I can't tell you the guilt they feel. I can't begin to jump into their heads. But there was nothing wrong with the law. And Justice Thomas has told us he's coming for the rest of us. I have both eyes open, not using any Foxcatch phrases or any from MSNBC. Just telling you what I know. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. And Justice Thomas, I believe you. So if you're black, brown, gay, friends of gays, support gays. If you have women in your family, support those women. And work and get those people who want to make changes in more than half of the nation's populace. Women. There are more women in the country than there are men. And this is mean and hateful. Get out. I may even support and get out and work for Democrats, which means I have to become a Democrat, which I don't want to be a Democrat. I'm not a fan of Democrats. But I'm doing it for my daughter and for my granddaughters and for my cousins and for my friends who deserve to be able to have a full life and make the choices for themselves as any man can do right now. No one's coming for his Viagra, and no one's coming for his Alice. This is a Rod Father wishing you love, joy, and happiness. This is a test on us. We can't go back and wish that we should have gotten involved. We need to be involved today because women's rights affects all our lives. He's coming after gays. And remember, in 73, 66, that's not a long time, we were allowed to vote. People of color, women were allowed. They couldn't be discriminated with. They're coming. I hope I'm wrong. I'm only a person here in Sacramento. But meanwhile, love, joy, and happiness. Thank you for watching. I want to hear what you have to say. If you hit that subscribe notification, do that. If this resonates with you in any way, pass it on. I'm going to be walking. My big ass feet and big ass body will be walking, and I'll be working for somebody. I didn't think I would be back in politics, but I'm in. After all these years, I'm going to be supporting somebody and knocking on doors. I can't believe it. After all these years saying I need a break. But this is for my kids. This is for my friends. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it because it's for all of us. Imagine if King didn't walk. Rod Father out. Bye.